Hi guys, and welcome to another video, or welcome to your first one. Hi, I'm Jaden, and I love 17, but that's not the point of this video. The point is, as you've probably read by the title, my K-pop trends I want to die in 2020 and my wish list, and some predictions. So, my voice changes a lot during this because I'm recording this over the course of over a week, and I'm sick currently the time that I'm recording the intro, so anyways, let's get right into the video. I hope you guys enjoy.
Yes, sexualization. I I could talk about this for literally years, but talking about it for too long will get me angry. And all I gotta say is think about the idol before you're gonna say anything. Like whether or not it's a joke or not, and if it's really gross, you should think about if the idol would be comfortable with you saying it before you actually say it. And if the answer is no, the idol would not feel comfortable with me saying this, then you probably shouldn't say it. But in the end, it's your decision on if you want to be a hard stand or a soft stand. And I can't stop you or tell you what to say or what not to say, so if you want to say it, go ahead, but I myself, I don't like it. But each to their own. I want to start this off by saying that having a bias or a favorite in a group is unequal to being a solo stan, because if you have a bias, you still care and appreciate the other members of a group. And if you find yourself only liking one member of a group and completely disregarding the other members, I have some bad news. You're probably a solo stan. And I see it most with blanks who internationally, in North America, there's a lot of Lisa solo stans, but it's the opposite in Korea. There's a lot of people who dislike Lisa a lot for not being Korean, and that hurts me a little bit, but that's later on in the video. And just solo stans of any kind just anger me, because if they disrespect the other members of a group and are OT1, the others don't matter, and seriously are so such and such, go solo, and completely disrespect the other members, that just bothers me. But as I said in the last opinion, if that's how you want to live your life, go ahead. I can't stop you completely. Comparing two groups in a negative light is always a big no-no for me, because I don't like seeing people degrade a group to bring up their faves, when in reality, behind the scenes, off stage, there's a good chance that those idols in both of the groups are friends or mutuals to some degree. And I don't think many idols would appreciate their fans bringing down people they consider their friends. This one doesn't apply to all boy groups, because I know for some groups, like the dark concept or the EDM sound, just just more rough concepts really suit them. And I feel like for groups like that, they shouldn't change. But within the past year, almost every boy group has debuted with one of those concepts, except for TXT. That's the only one that I can remember off the top of my head that didn't. But it's oversaturated with dark concepts, and I feel like more boy groups should branch out and try different styles, such as cutesy. I don't know, maybe I'm just cute concept biased, but I love when boys are in pink sweatshirts and are singing about how much they love puppies. It makes me so happy, and it fills me with joy, because when I see idols, boy group idols with their sad faces on and singing about how their tough girlfriend broke up with them, it makes me want to watch 12 Snapshoot performances. Or Like, you know what would be really cool is if, like, boy groups try concepts that are more targeted towards girl groups, such as Girl Crush. And an example of that is Hoshi from 17 with his solo Touch, which is the video you're watching right now. He said himself that he hired a female choreographer to get that Girl Crush feel and the Girl Crush concept. And he has female backup dancers, which I think that's really, really cool.
Basically, I just want to see more boy groups do something that's out of the boy group box of concepts. I had it was something I wanted to leave in like 2018, but here we are 2 years later in 2020, and I'm sure it's going to stay for this year too. And I envy Jongin from EXO, which is who you're seeing right now, for making this trend actually kind of look not bad, even though it looks like his vision is very restricted, and I would not trust him wearing that while driving. So, that being said, I just want to leave this trend in 2019. But, however, there is one idol who is the only exception, which is Chanyeol, who is also from EXO, solely because his ears fold over when he wears it, and it's really cute, so. When people say I stan said company, they usually mean that they stan the groups underneath the company rather than the company themselves. But instead of saying stuff like I stan SM Ent, they should say I stan the groups underneath SM, because it can seem like you stan SM as a whole, which is not good. Hypocritical saying this because I dye and bleach my hair a lot, but I want to see less hair dyeing and bleaching in K-pop, especially with high demand colors that require a lot of redyeing, such as blue, purple, and green. I just want to see no green hair ever again because I hate the color green. It's disgusting, and colors like blue fade to a vomit green, and it's really, really gross. So I want to see way less of that, and I've had both blue and green hair and purple hair, and it requires dyeing at least twice a month, which obviously is not very healthy. And purple hair I find is really, really nice while it lasts, but it requires a lot of touch-ups because it gets really, really patchy, and if you dye it improperly, it is really patchy. But idols like Junhui here, I feel like rocked it, and I want to see him with purple hair again, even though it will kill his scalp, but it's okay. I'm June biased, so that makes it even worse. Oh my goodness, I am so sorry. You guys probably know we sadly lost 2 idols within the K-pop industry, solely from FX and Guhara, due to bullying and harassment from K-nets. And I initially started to touch on this in my second point, which was solo stans, about the negativity targeted towards Lisa. So what I was initially touching on was that K-nets within Korea, obviously K-nets, dislike her for being Thai instead of Korean. I will not show the transcripts of what they have said because it made me really, really sad, and I don't want you guys to be sad, but there's Google, so if you want to read them, you can search it up. But they've said everything under the sun that was negative, like stuff that's like, oh, she's ugly, she can't rap, she can't dance, she doesn't belong, and she's unequal to Rose, Jennie, and Jisoo, and just all that. It is so bad and not good, and I can't even express how much I hate it. And one time in China, when they were doing a interview, I believe, Chinese blinks in quotations, told Lisa to move because they were blocking their view of Jennie, which that truly breaks my heart. Worry about jumping all over the place between doing like a serious topic and then doing a not so serious topic, but that's besides the point. The point is stop obsessively shipping idols. Like if you ship idols and you're like, oh my gosh, they held hands, that's so cute, bromance, that's fine. But if you're like, oh my gosh, they looked at each other for 6 seconds, they have 24 kids and have been married since 2010, that's weird. Just please don't do that. Like, I just don't see the point in obsessing over it to the point that you make an analysis about how Taekook are married and have been for several years. And I'm just like, you can ship them as like friends or ship them like, how cute bromance, that's cute. They're holding hands, cute. But don't make a whole analysis. That's weird. The mullet. Once again, I'm a little bit on the fence about this one because at one time I was a mullet lover. However, just because of how long the mullet has been in style in K-pop, I'm over it. It's time for the mullet to circle down the drain. Where I live, the mullet is also becoming pretty popular, and when I go to school I see a bunch of kids with mullets, and it brings me an emotion that I'm not even sure exists. Like, in K-pop, mullets were in 2018, like 2018 was the mullet year, and then they died out a little bit, and then they came back in 2019. And all I can say is, I'm over it. It's time to retire the mullet. However, there is one exception, just like the bucket hats, and that exception is Hao, which is, be it from 17, and it's not me just being 17 biased. Maybe a little, but he looks genuinely so good with a mullet. Like, this is the Chinese version of Clap you're watching right now, and I'm just like, bruh, he looks great with a mullet. But I think that's chalked up to him being God, so Minghao God, Minghao mullet God. Minghao can bring it back, the mullet. Just Minghao. Okay, so now we're on to the other part of the video, my 2020 wish list and predictions in K-pop. You guys probably already know how this goes, so I'm going to quit explaining right here. If you know me, you'll know that I'm a huge Cheshire, and I just want CLC to dominate K-pop, to dominate the whole world. And I do know that Soren had a little mishap at the beginning of December, and a mishap is one way to put it, but this isn't about that. I'm sure everyone knows what happened, and as a Cheshire, I don't know if it's because I like forgave her really easily, but I moved on from it quickly, but let everyone else move on at their own pace. But I do hope that she has matured and shows that she indeed will not do it again. But that's, as I said, beside the point. I just want CLC to dominate K-pop, and I know I said that already, but CLC world domination needs to happen. They're set to release their very first full album in March, so I hope it is a hit, but I know because they're CLC and come from Cube, they're going to be a hit or miss. And if it's a hit, then maybe Cube will push them a little bit more and they'll get the recognition they deserve. But if it is a miss, Cube very obviously has their priorities straight with G-Idol, and apparently they're supposed to debut another girl group, which I think that's really, really stupid, but once again, beside the point. But CLC, if it's a miss, Cube is probably going to give them one comeback year, and it'll probably be a digital release until their contracts are up, and then CLC will disband, which I hope that doesn't happen and that their album is a hit. So when it comes out, stream their album, please and thank you. Number 2 on my wish list is D-Crunch World Domination. And I know not a lot of y'all know who D-Crunch is, as they are a very, very small group, but they happen to be one of my favorites, and I hope they make it big because they deserve it. So, because not a lot of people know who they are, I will keep this very, very short and let you guys check them out on your own. But D-Crunch is a group from a small entertainment company that I can't even remember the name, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But they were set to perform on a stage in Kuwait, but were booed off the stage for not being BTS, and the government rumored that they were gay. So that's why they weren't able to perform. And that broke my heart when I found out because they're so young. Like the youngest, Dylan, is an 02 liner, and the oldest is a 98 liner. And I just think that they deserve better than to have rumors ruin their chances at performing. And I don't know, just stand D-Crunch. Make them popular. Get them that recognition they deserve. Man, I love D-Crunch. I don't know. I just love them so much. And this is gonna turn into a whole freaking video on me ranting how much I love D-Crunch. But anyways, stand D-Crunch, stream Panorama, stream... Are you ready? If you know me, I'm a huge IOI stan, and I don't really talk about them much because it makes me sad when I do, so I'm going to keep this really short to prevent me from crying. But I don't think IOI's reunion is going to happen in 2020, but it will happen later on. They were supposed to return and have a reunion in October 2019, but obviously it's January, it didn't happen, and now that the produce scandal has come about, I think that they're gonna stray away from produce as far and for as long as they can. So the IY reunion will not happen now, but it will happen someday. So I will keep my hopes up, and I hope that if you enjoy IOI, that you will also keep yours up. Got a little lazy, so now you guys have to watch 17 while I talk about this. So in 2020, I believe there's going to be a lot of dating rumors, and that's mostly because now idols are becoming more open with their love lives, which I hope so, because they deserve happiness. And today, as the time I am recording this voiceover, it is January 13th, and Chen, which is Jongdae from EXO, is getting married and is apparently having a kid, so congrats to him, but that's beside the point. But I think that there's going to be a lot of dating rumors, especially from bigger groups. Like, I predict that there's going to be at least one from BTS, which it's about time one of them gets in a relationship, but you know. Another from Twice, maybe one from Red Velvet, NCT, you know, the whole works of that. But, however, as much as I hope that they will get in a that the idols will get in a relationship, I know that with their contracts that it is unlikely for some of them, but however, they might be rule breakers, so all the happiness for idols in 2020. Finally, my last prediction. There will be fan wars between rookie groups' fandoms, such as TXT and ATEEZ and ITZY and Everglow. I don't know, I just feel like these are going to have the biggest fan wars within K-pop today. Guys, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. So, bye!